Good morning everybody, welcome to another episode of Go Through Camser. I am at the one tree. Check out that round tree there. Any of you curious why I call it the one tree? Well, if you are, here's why. It's the title of one of my favourite books. It just happens to be the tree where the staff of law was formed. Okay, so if you're interested, check out Stephen Donaldson's Chronicles of Thomas Covenant. Right, I've just hoofed it up here on a Monday morning. Get the old blood pumping, get some sunshine, which is so welcome after the weekend. Well, we had a nice afternoon yesterday, so I did actually sit outside on the deck for a little while and read a business book. We'll get to that in a minute. I'm going to start walking down the hill now and bring these lovely doggies with me. They love it up here just as much as I. So, the weekend, we had scheduled a live stream to go out on Acoustic Guitar IO and on the Isle of Arran social Facebook page. And we had, I think it was 6 musicians ready to call in and play their music. And as expected, if I'm honest, I had some technical difficulties. And it was things that, okay, let's rewind a bit. I did test extensively. I probably spent, well, I don't know, I don't even want to guess how many hours I spent testing. Every single guest on the show had been tested. They had called in, made sure that they knew how to log in and how to set up their mics and everything. And so I had done everything I could and I had thought of everything, or so I thought. So it turned out that I played first, it went well. Tim Pomeroy came on next and people could see him but they couldn't hear him. And what was puzzling to me was that when I watched the video back, I could hear Tim introducing himself and then it went off. And in the background I could hear my mouse clicking and I could hear, just before he cut off, I heard the sound of the automated faders on my mixer desk move. So I don't know what I did. I can only hold up my hands and apologise because it was almost undoubtedly something at my end. So I spent the rest of the weekend doing more testing and trying to figure out exactly what went wrong, and I think I might have fixed it. I think I might have worked it out, which is even more important, because when you fix something like that but you're not sure how you did it, that's a bit of a problem. I think I do know how I did it. In fact, I'm pretty certain. My last test was an actual stream last night using my MacBook Pro to call in as a remote caller from the kitchen and hosting it on the PC in the living room, and it worked. However, in my testing before, actually no. What makes it complicated, if you're interested, is that I'm using 2 different pieces of software. One of them is the production side, which is called vMix, and the other is the streaming side, which is called StreamYard. Now, vMix can do the streaming part as well, but StreamYard's just so easy to use for that and has a lovely interface, and I just like it. So I think that the combination of these 2 products is going to work very well. So that's that. I've done my testing, I'm ready to go. So I'm going to consider a date for another one. I'm going to start contacting people, and I'm just going to get back in the saddle and go for it again. And I would like to thank all the people who contacted me with feedback. It means the absolute world, because yes, there was some panic going on, and the feedback I've had was that I handled it well. So in the face of adversity, I had one of my friends refer to me as a swan, you know, gracefully gliding along the surface. But yeah, that's a good lesson for me. It was, you know how you get, I don't know if any of you perform at all, but performance anxiety is a thing, and the reason I enjoy performing, which I have to keep telling myself when the anxiety is building up beforehand, is that it's a real opportunity to be in the present, to be in the moment. And for me personally, all too often in life, I am not in the present. I'm either dwelling on the past, indulging myself in nostalgia, or I'm fearing the future, or some combination of those things. To get myself in the present is an exercise that I've been working on more and more. That's part of what this is about, and it's also part of what my journaling is about. I'm actually writing every day with a fountain pen on some amazing Japanese paper and just getting my thoughts out onto paper. I'm also listening to more music than I have in the past. Usually when I'm walking like this, I'll have audiobooks playing or podcasts, because I seem to distract myself from the present with busyness. I need to be constantly filling my mind with something of value, you know. Without having understood that stopping is also valuable. In fact, probably more so. So just like standing here, which I do sometimes, I just stand and listen to the birds, feel the sun, and just watch the dogs being dogs, watch them being happy, sniffing around, and watch their motion. So that's what I'm working on at the moment, is trying to find more time to centre myself, you know what I mean? So, on to the week. Yesterday I started a new business book by Russell Brunson, who's the creator of ClickFunnels.com, and it's the first in a trilogy, and I must have read 4 chapters, I think. It's basically about sales and marketing and how to pick your... I won't go into it, you can read it. It's called .com Secrets. I might come out with a review when I get to the end of it. So that's on my list for this week, is to continue reading that book. Also on my list is to complete the 10-day LinkedIn challenge that I started as part of the Social Media Unity mentorship program run by Rachel Pedersen. So I'm on day 5 today. I didn't do days 3 and 4 because it was the weekend and I was busy with other stuff, so I'll have to do that today as well. It's basically reaching out, using the search engine on LinkedIn to reach out to my dream customers and just connecting with them. Hit the connect button and then sit back and see if they respond. Part 1 was to revamp my profile, which to be honest wasn't too bad anyway. Day 2 was to write an article, so I did that on Friday. I wrote an article about social media posting tools. That's something I've been looking at extensively since around November, when I started out as a 100% freelancer. So I do have experience with a lot of them, and I'm also trying another one at the moment called Metricool, which I learned about in the Social Media Unity mentorship Facebook group. So I will be completing the LinkedIn challenge, and really those are the 2 main things that are in my list for the week. Another annoying thing on my list for the week is to book the car in to go back to the mainland, because we've got some warning lights coming on, and it's covered under warranty, but when you live on an island and you have to take your car to the mainland, it's a major pain in the arse, it really is. So I've just made myself sad by thinking about that. Anyway, let's get back to some happiness, shall we? I think we'll leave it there for today. That's a 10-minute chat. I think that's long enough for this particular episode. I'll just reach out with a call to action, if I may. If you enjoy my podcast, then please like and share it. I know everyone says that at the end of every video you've ever watched, but yeah, it would mean a lot. Just grab your mouse, go down and click the button. That would be awesome. For the audio listeners, if you go to camscampbell.com/review, that will take you to the page that will show you how to leave a review on Apple Podcasts, because Apple is still the main curator and they have the keys, I think, to the podcast world for now. I think Spotify's about to take over, actually, having just listened to a podcast talking about Joe Rogan, and he's moving exclusively to Spotify. And you can't leave reviews on Spotify, can you? Interesting. Anyway, I'll leave it there today, folks. I hope you have a great one. Thanks for watching this, and I'll speak to you all again. Oh, look at Clovey running down the hill. Bye.